Right. I think, embedded finance has been actually spoken about for a very long time. But more than that, I think the new wave which is now coming up is the way of AI and how that can get embedded with financial technology. The beauty about AI is that it works on a lot of data which is provided to it, and then it then further generates predictive engines. And the other beauty of fintech is that it holds very proprietary data which is not generally available on the web. So if you are able to have this proprietary data and at the same time a generative engine which can be predictive, I think we can see a few interesting companies come up in that space, at least in the next 6 to 12 months. In the long run, I feel access to credit is something which all businesses need at the easiest touch points. Again, embedded finance will be able to solve that because it'll be able to collect better data, better risk management. So yes, I think there are a few interesting areas for fintech down the road. Right, for sure. I mean, if we look at countries like India, which are way far ahead with UPI and how peer-to-peer payments can happen, I think UAE still has a few steps to cover. Obviously, the thing with fintech is because you handle people's money, it's the most regulated industry. And regulations tie your hands down at times. You can't always go out and build out. And also UPI was a stack which was built and promoted by the government. So I think if there is a right mix between the government and the private sector coming together to create an ecosystem for peer-to-peer payments, of course that is one. And the second one, which I would say is a lot towards neo-banking, smaller banking infrastructures which can be created without physical presence, which have more agility, easier access to credit. And then the most important one is on, I feel a huge play which can happen is on UAE is at a very unique position, not only geographically because of trade, but also a lot of businesses which are coming in. So I think supply chain finance is something that can really pick up. I see a huge opportunity in that space. There are a few companies which are trying at grassroots level, but I think the majority is still with the banks. The beauty about fintech is that it's disruptive. So it's trying to take an industry which was traditionally run for a very long period of time. And that's why the growth has been so significant over the last 10 years. There have been new companies which are coming up, which are trying to disrupt and build new technologies which are more easy to access, rely a lot on data. I mean, if you can take back 15 years and you wanted to take a personal loan, you'd have to probably go through 20 steps, 30 days, and then probably get that. But now it's kind of available on the brink of your fingertips and you snap then and you can get it. The most important thing which you should not let go of is one is your understanding your unit economics, how they function, how well do you have a grip on them, understanding your customer, knowing what type of market you're going into, who your actual customer is, because your customer acquisition cost can go really high. Understanding, and I think one very important aspect is how well do you know regulations, because today something which is allowed can tomorrow fall into a gray area and then tomorrow get blacklisted, which can cause a lot of trouble for a lot of fintech companies. So understanding and having a good grip of the regulations and the way forward and how the government is actually thinking about it is actually important. So you can't, the ecosystem, like I said, it's a mix between government and private companies. So if you're able to be plugged into the government and trying to understanding what is the government's mandate, I think you can see a path forward very well, which you can present to your investors.